just in case AI takes over, please can you write me? I can't spell, just an FYI, but we're going to be going through this. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I am Coach Tom Hall. You are here for some ChatGPT nonsense, or maybe it's something amazing which is going to come out of this little session. Obviously, master's degree in Performance and Biomechanics. Go check out all the cool stuff we're doing with coaches, and we're going to make every single coach we help better. That's the whole aim, and this channel is all about exposing athletic principles, having a little review, just having a little bit of fun, no? Let's get into this, because you are here for the Hyrox kind of month, 3-4 weeks that we're just looking at program reviews. We're gonna look at some exercises in the future, probably like Hunter and some of these world champs. We're gonna look at what they're doing. If you haven't gone and watched some of those other videos of me, the first 10 episodes I've done of Coach Reacts, we're all about athletic-based systems and how they do. So, without further ado, welcome back to the channel. We are in ChatGPT world. We are gonna write a Hyrox plan for, let's say, a beginner for 12 weeks, much like you've probably seen my Pure Gym review. So let's go along with something along similar lines to that. Please, we have to be nice to ChatGTP, don't we? Just in case AI takes over, please can you write me a beginner to intermediate first Hyrox plan, which will be 12 weeks long. I can't spell, just an FYI, but we're going to be going through this and so sprinkle it down. Yeah, it's giving me a kind of a 4-day split, which is all good. And we're gonna let this rumble through as it goes all the way, but yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, absolutely. Here's a 12-week beginner to intermediate hypertrophy muscle growth training plan. That is not what we wanted. Let's review. Rewind. Can you write me a 12-week Hyrox fitness competition training plan? I am a intermediate and want to race in 12 weeks. Let's go. Excellent. Oh, wait. Now we're back. Good. All right. So we got absolutely. Here's a 12-week Hyrox training plan. I'm going to tell you, the beginner, intermediate athlete aiming to compete in their first Hyrox. The focus is on building endurance, strength, functional fitness. Don't know how we build functional fitness, and race-specific skills. The Hyrox format includes 8 functional workouts, interspersed 1-kilometer runs. Excellent. Weekly overview: 4 to 5 training days a week, 1 active recovery day, 1 rest day. Focus rotates between running, strength, Hyrox-specific workouts, simulated, and conditioning. Lovely. If you didn't know, been living up under a rock. This is what Hyrox is: 16 stations, and the hidden ones, which is obviously the rock zone. Training phases, weeks 1 to 4. Base building and skill development. For all intents and purposes, love that. Okay, day 1, strength, lower focus, and short run. Cool. All right, Hyrox skills: ski ergs, rows, sleds, active recovery. Yeah, strength, upper focus, run intervals, Hyrox sim light, a long run. Beautiful. All right, go into more detail for each day whilst that goes through that. Right, let's pause there whilst it writes it for me. So we're going to review this over on this side, okay? So obviously we have all the days that are happening on this side, but let's have a little look at what's happening over here. So the example workout was going to be kind of 3 rounds, 500 meter ski erg, that would be the Hyrox skills day. Wonderful. Weeks 5 to 8, volume and intensity. Cool. Focus, increase volume, improve transition speed, strength, moderate run, Hyrox combo, 4 stations, cool, mobility, run intervals, functional metcon, full Hyrox sim, long run, brick session. Okay, cool. So we're still building foundations. We've got 2 strength workouts. Would I split them up? I don't know. Let's review it in a second. Peak performance, 9 to 11. So we've got 4 weeks, and 3 weeks. Nice. I don't mind that. And obviously because we need a taper. Generally speaking, we want 13 weeks of prep, so we have a full phase, but It's fine. Focus, race pacing, strategy, full sims, tapering begins late week 11. Excellent. Strength maintenance, short intervals, Hyrox sims, mobility, active recovery, thresholds, movement practice, easy runs, rests. Nice. Race day on the Saturday. Yeah. Cool. Absolutely fine. Very much similar to how I would bring people in, to be honest. Base building, 100%. We'd be doing a GPP phase. It will probably be more strength orientated. I would have a little bit more big strength workouts, perhaps for the volume of certain things, and then the Hyrox skills or the cardio work maybe in around the ergs. But if you've watched anything before, I would probably hit, we do have the 3 runs that I want, essentially. Okay, so run intervals, short run. This would be a recovery run, 100%, if we were able to. Most people are not able to train twice in a day, so that would be my issue here. Beginning to intermediate, training twice in a day is big already, considering the long run's gonna be 45, so probably we got 45 to 60 minutes each time to be able to train. I'm suggesting that we spend all the time doing that, and then we blend in Hyrox skills and put the short run on here, so we take that totally cardio. Active recovery, yeah, fine. We probably would do that if we're honest. And then we've got strength work. I would probably just do full body focus straight in. Probably the run intervals. I would probably actually put the run intervals here because I want this. This is low, high skill, but low kind of CNS kind of development work here. Okay, so we might put that back end of the week, so instead of this Hyrox sim light, and then we'd have the long run, but perhaps we can put that kind of WOD based thing in as well, which is probably the Hyrox skills if we're really honest, which is cool. All right, let's have a little look. Lower body, back squats, absolutely fine. Walking lunges, Hyrox-specific. Remaining deadlifts, absolutely fine. Step ups, fine. Just want some lateral movement in there, guys and girls. Obviously, they haven't done warm ups in here whatsoever. That's not happening. I need to do some kind of probably low yield, some probably ramping up for like heart rate stuff, which would be the low yield or low deep tier or kind of plyometric based stuff, because we want skills and drills to be drilled in before we go off and do back squats 4 sets of 8. Don't know what reps, don't know like what percentages. Is this just lower body strength? So 8's quite high. We'd probably do down to 6s, but this is a beginner intermediate. If they're an intermediate lifter, then fair enough. Absolutely fine. But yeah, I'd probably bin this off and we're going to be supersetting throughout this because I would just do a full body day. I just don't understand. All right, Hyrox skills. This is fine. Obviously, I don't really know how long that'll take, but 3 rounds, Blosh, probably not very long. Probably blend it in with the active recovery day. Mobility, stretching, probably make this specific and go row, or kind of low CNS would be bike, right? So remember, jog or run is the hardest thing. It's going to be the most where your body gets most beat up, so I tend to not, unless you're looking for the reps, that's what you need on like kind of time on the feet, that's absolutely fine, but we might not always do that. Upper body strength, they could be, because obviously we've got the pulls, pushes no, skier yes, row yes-ish, it's not really, row should be like a deadlift, just putting it like that. Anything than that, wall balls, it's still mainly the goblet squats or squats and stuff, that's be the main thing. Not a lot of, I just don't think it's not the biggest thing. Your lower body is far more important. So I'd probably do full body again, but kind of just lower body kind of assisted, kind of we're gonna do like 3 to 4 things of that with core variations and stuff, because there's nothing in here about perhaps building a decent core, which you will have to toe and hold positions and kind of sled work, which would be fun. Run intervals, cool. Plank rows, don't mind that, that's cool. Bender rows, bin those off. Dumbbell shoulder press, pull-ups and assisted pull-ups, yeah, 5 days. It's not the worst session in the world. We just are smarter than this. Me and you are smarter than this. Let's superset pull-ups for some sort of core-based push. Actually, these 2 can be supersetted. That's a vertical pull. Then we would like some horizontal pushing, probably to keep us going, but probably not enough volume. And it's more about the running intervals at the back end. All right, mini sims, cool, that's fine. It won't take very long at all, so it's absolutely fine. Right, volume and intensity of the phase 2. So if we were going to mix this round, full body, put the short run next to the skills, move day 2, this Hyrox skills to day 5. If we were, I don't know why I needed to change that. The upper body day 4, recovery day is absolutely fine, don't mind that, but this one can go instead of the mini sim and get the intervals probably in a separate day. Cool. All right, wonderful. All right, phase 2. volume and intensity, increased workload, transition efficiency, mental endurance, which is a big thing, right? Being able to mentally work hard is tough. I've done I'm training for another 70.3. I've done plenty of triathlons and I've done a 70.3. It's mental endurance. To be in around like 5 hours, which I was, it's just like, being able to sit on the bike for like 2.5 to 3, between 2.5 and 3 hours. It's like, this is death. And getting off it was absolutely, I had to like give it a little shake. Get a little shake out. Right, front squats. Right, we made the transition from back squats to front squats. And I would suggest we wouldn't probably call this strength, we just like S&C, like strength conditioning or strength endurance or GPP. This is what this phase would be because it's higher rep ranges, but we still would want probably more capacity and workload straight away. Front squats, Bulgarian split squats, 3 sets of 10 is a lot. All right, but we've got to think the whole thing is we're trying to build. So it's volume, intensity, dumbbell step ups, and then a run. Why are we, I guess, so the thing is they're going to be wanting compromise runs, which is absolutely fine. That's because it's the one sport I'd kind of look at it and be like, yeah, that's okay. But you would have seen there's some content I have put out. For example, front squats. This is a superset pairing, for example, for sled work or for kind of wall ball work. What you're going to pair it with to be able to do that Hyrox-specific compromised thing to kind of mimic the fatigue that you would be going into. So maybe you could go for a run after these as well. It's very CrossFit-y, but it works. Hyrox combo day. All right, so this is the skills just developed into a little bit more. You get what, 2-3 more things, I think. Yeah, Hyrox combos, 4 stations. All right, active recovery, fine, functional conditioning, and running. So the run intervals at the top, hold thresholds, and then 3 rounds of the wall balls, farmers carries, and sit-ups. Yeah, I think that's the right way around. I think these should be compromised because there's not a lot there, and I think they should be done under fatigue. Because 15 wall balls isn't a lot, this kind of stuff. So that's cool. That's, yeah, quite like that. Don't mind it. Would I put it on that day? Don't know. Because we've got a brick session. Cool. Because then, yeah, we've got Hyrox sim. We've taken away. This is where I fall down, perhaps. We've taken away one of those strength sessions and said that's not what we really need, which I think I don't like. I still think there is going to be, and this is where coaching comes in, there is going to be issues with your client, with your athlete, and you need to solve them probably in the strength room, whether it be maintenance work, whether it be resilience work, whether it be like they suck at internal rotation, we need to load their quads more, they have like low yielding calf work, because the plyometric work is big, to being able to take capacity and to be able to kind of take absorption of energy, which is what plyometric work is doing, and be able to elicit it through elastic force. We need that in. It's the biggest flag for me when ChatGPT doesn't know, your AI doesn't know it yet, and is not able to put that loading in for that client. So I'm going to make that decision based off what they're doing and whether they've got a strength deficit or an elastic deficit. But without testing and being able to have the old keen coach's eye, I won't know. So anyway, full Hyrox sim, 50% or 75% race, fine. Brick session, 2 rounds, 3K run, 20 sandbaggers, 20 wall balls, and 20 farmer sessions. So a brick session is normally 2 sessions back to back. So don't really get that. Well, the 3K runs will take what, like 15 minutes, let's say, and then straight into this, 15 minutes, straight into that. So yeah, I guess that's the brick, which is fine, which is good. It's good. I don't mind that. It's a long run, but yeah, don't mind it. Phase 3, peak and taper week. All right, so what would we change? What would we change so far? So I would keep in a resilience kind of thing if we only really need one sim. This is like a sim and this is a sim. I probably wouldn't be doing one every week as well. That's insane. You probably focus on weak points at this point. And if the person has jacked out quads and is like sprinting through the sled work, maybe give them some raw jumps if that's where they suck. So identify the low hanging fruit from what we probably would have done in phase 1. Yeah, and we just need some lateral and kind of pogos and stuff like that, right? To keep the elastic capabilities. This person will be a very strength endurance based person. They will have a big elastic deficit at the end of this session, these weeks, which might be fine if that's the case. If they're already coming in with the springiest tendons, this was Mo Farah. Yeah, let's do it. He's already springy as hell. All right, peak and taper, weeks 9 to 12. I think it's yeah. Full race sims. Maybe. I guess it's a 10K race. If I were to prep somebody for a 10K, for example, it's not a similar time, but it's the amount of running they're doing. They would probably do, like, in the 4 weeks leading up to, they'd probably go 10K, 11K, 10K, and then they'd go. But at like 70%, 80%, 90% of race paces, probably the 90% up, and then they taper down. Right, strength maintenance. Short intervals and compound lifts. That's the first load of horizontal. We haven't horizontal pressed for 2 months, so I can't do a press up anymore. So compound lifts, 3x5s, and then short. So strength maintenance is that. It's fine. Why have we left the front squats? This is the first time we deadlifted. We RDL'd, didn't we? Yeah, we're not deadlifting in the second phase. Madness. All right. Bearing in mind, hamstrings and calves are the biggest things that probably tie up and biggest injury risks of all of this, with the amount of torque that goes through them. And there's no calf work whatsoever. There might be an issue there. So isometric work, resilience-based like calf work would be massive moving forwards. Right, short run, so Hyrox sim, full sims. It's a long session. So we've gone from not really doing that to like, all right, we've got a 90-minute session in here. Being able to set that up as well is tough. Mobility recovery, fine. So Wednesday's always day off. Threshold training, 3 times 1K runs at race pace. That's not enough. Just not enough. I would say the running that they do, 5 times running intervals at threshold. I'm assuming that the threshold is going to be race pace. Race pace tends to be somewhere between your 10K and your half marathon projections. That is what we would discuss prior to race, and obviously you'd be running that all the way through, but it's fine. Technique day, farmers carries, wall balls, sandbag lunges. This is just, I guess you can take it as it is, whatever you feel like you need reps on, okay? Which is cool, but we can probably, yeah, it'll be fine. Yeah, there's a whole day, it's fine. Easy run core. Right, we've done core for the first time in 2 months, but planks, side planks, fine. Side planks are the king of anything there. But we'll get some Zercher lifts, some carries and stuff like that. But we got farmers carries here, but maybe some asymmetric stuff and some lateral bends and stuff like that. Not that one, the overhead stuff. Cool. We want nice, strong, and resilient shoulders. Taper week, which is rest week, we decrease, like kind of like deloads, but we decrease. It's very light. You keep intensity though. Can't emphasize that enough. I still want a bit of intensity. If we were doing these wall balls, I would do them at full intensity, full beans. I want to be able to spark that. I would say this is probably a little bit too little considering the volume that we've been doing. Short intervals, 3x4, 100, 1 round of Hyrox light sim. Cool, but this, I'm assuming this is gas, and then 20-minute mobility light cardio. It's fine. It's probably not quite enough to keep you a little bit sparky, but it's fine. So for this thing, don't think we need to do a full Hyrox sim every week moving through. Maybe one or do half one. So I'm a big fan of doing halves, and then we do half 1 week, half 1 week, and then we do a full. So we blend that up, but maybe we double up the run or do 1.5K runs instead. So we kind of mimic the distance that we're going through, which is fine. For your gym space, it just saves you from fucking around, basically. Threshold running, I think just some of the run stuff isn't as big on these ones, which is cool. And this is fine, but it just needs just a little bit more intensity. I think we would have to kind of negotiate around, which is cool. Right. All in all, compared to the pure gym one, better. I think this is better because it's got the free runs that I kind of want. I'd still move stuff around. Maybe the S&C sessions, at least there is S&C sessions. They're not to the scale and level that you're gonna write, but they're there, which is okay. We're gonna come back and look at some technical work and technique work, which is gonna be awesome moving forward. Leave a comment, subscribe, like, share it with some sort of Hyrox aficionado. Absolutely fine. This is what ChatGPT is writing, and if we're not better as coaches to be able to write better than this, then what are we doing? And you've got to be able to coach, which is cool. Right, we'll see you in the next video.